Hey guys, this is kind of a different video. I don't usually do videos where I answer questions or anything like that. But I just decided that I haven't done one yet and I might as well do one because I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of different questions about me and my life, and I'm probably just gonna compile like a few that I've seen in my comment sections. Anyway, so I guess something that a lot of people have been asking is how I deal with being unattractive like every day. How do I do it? How do I get up? How do I go to school? How do I go to work? Whatever. Truthfully, I don't go to school. I am kind of on a hold for school right now. I got my 2-year degree and I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do next because it's an art degree, and as much as I do like to do art, I just don't know if it's a career path for me. So I don't go to school, but when I was working at the last place that I went to, there were a lot of ways that I would prepare to go to work. I would have to I was constantly anxious about it, obviously, but I would constantly just be checking the schedule, like, okay, these are the days that I have, like, it was almost like OCD, check, 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 check. And I would always just be worried every day. I would get up and I would do everything I have to do, take a shower, like brush my hair, brush my teeth, whatever. And I would just sit in anxiety in the car, just dreading going in. And that's not really a healthy way to cope, but I hated it. I hated going to a place where I knew that I could possibly be judged. And yeah, that's pretty much how I prepared. If I had it my way, I wouldn't have to interact with anyone, like, genuinely, at a job. Like, I would just love, I think everyone would love a job to just, be at home and do things online, because that's what I was used to with school. But now that I'm not in school anymore, I have to go and I have to interact with people, and it's really just kind of uncomfortable for me. So yeah, that's that. That's how I prepare, I guess, for just a regular day. Just get up, do everything I have to do, and just maybe sleep in for an extra 5 minutes, and then I don't even eat anything. Like, I don't eat anything, or I don't drink anything. I'm just so anxious about the way that I'm going to be perceived. So I didn't eat anything all day at my work. I would eat after I got home, and I would work like 10-hour shifts and I wouldn't eat anything. It was kind of nuts. So yeah, that's pretty much my daily routine of how I am. And then some people have asked me, like, if I'm introverted, like, generally, and I know how introverted people can sometimes have the short end of the stick when it comes to socializing with people, and how difficult it can be, and how some people who think they're ugly might actually just be socially anxious. Well, I mean, for me, it's both. Like, it's actually both. I have been really anxious in the past socially, and I have tried to open up, but it's almost like when you are, I don't know, I can't speak for men because I don't know the male experience on this, but when you are an unattractive woman anyway, and you have any sort of authority over anyone, when you speak up about something that you don't like, you come off as, like, arrogant and a bitch, and people, like, will target you even more, it seems like. So I just kind of crawled back into my shell after I tried really hard to do well at my last job and, like, step up, take a leadership role. People don't like that. people really don't like when someone they see as beneath them tries to help them or does something right that, you know, they should have been doing. They don't like it. They really do not like it. Especially, you know, if they're like attractive. And I know this sounds like so ridiculous, but it's very true, because attractive people with egos are the worst kind of people, because they know that they will get anything they want out of anyone. And when they don't get that out of you, when you actually stand up to them, it hurts their ego. It really hurts their ego, and you can see it in their face when you're like, no. You put your foot down, or you tell them to do something because you have authority over them, and they're just like, seriously? You just told me what to do? Like, it's a pure entitlement. It's pure superiority, you know? So that's why I'm kind of like, I've always been really laid back when it comes to that. Just because anytime I've ever tried to exert myself and come out of my shell, I've always been beaten down and pushed back in. So yeah, that is how I am now. When you are constantly bullied and constantly pushed like back into your shell, you kind of just adapt to that way of life, and you have no other choice but to be like that, because people expect you to be like that. They treat you like you should be like that, and everyone labels you as soon as they meet you. So yeah, I am introverted, socially anxious. I do prefer cats over people. I know that's a really stupid saying, but I do, and cats are amazing, and I love cats, so I guess I'm just gonna become a crazy cat lady. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about, it's not really like a question, but I've seen videos where people try to pick apart the experiences of unattractive people and try to sort of play like, I don't know, like they know everything about the experience when they're not unattractive. And they will basically just undermine the experiences of someone who's unattractive. You know, they'll go in and they'll say, oh, well, it's not because you're unattractive, it's because you're like mean, or it's because maybe you're off-putting, or maybe it's this and maybe it's that. And it's like, I don't think that they understand that the reason unattractive people are off-putting most of the time, like, is because of a bias against them. I mean, let's say you look at someone who's unattractive in, like, I don't know, say a trench coat, and you would look at them like, who is that guy? Like, what is going on? But an attractive person in the same trench coat, that's stylish, right? Because that's literally stylish. It is so crazy how people just deny that attractive people get passes for dumb things like that. You know, if you have never been unattractive, you do not understand what it's like. And as much as I appreciate people, I guess, trying to make me feel better, like, that's okay, like, you have your opinion, you can express it, but saying that my experience is wrong is ridiculous, because you don't understand my experience. You've never lived my life. And it's stupid, because so many people have the same experiences as me. Are you discounting all their experiences too? This isn't just, you know, I mean, we're talking people who have experienced years of bullying, and they're targeted because of their looks, and they have become the person that they are today because of that. This isn't just, oh, they were mean and that makes them ugly. I know a lot of people like to think that that's true. I mean, sure, mean people, to me, I mean, I would say that they're unattractive because they're mean. But if we're talking about physical attractiveness to begin with, than if they were ugly to begin with. It's likely that the reason that they are so socially awkward or backwards or mean or rude or whatever you want to call it is because people have treated them like they're garbage and they don't know how to deal with it. And I know that's no excuse, but I have not met a lot of unattractive people who are as entitled as the attractive people that I've met. You know, and I'm not saying all attractive people are like that. It's just generally when I meet someone who is used to getting everything they want, it's crazy because I keep thinking, you get everything you want and you still want more. You still need to be the center of attention. You still need to lord yourself over unattractive people who are just simply sharing their experiences. So you just have to understand that this isn't your place to critique someone else's experiences. You can critique, you can critique society and say, it sucks, like that you're unattractive, there are better ways to deal with it, sure, whatever. But you can't say that attractive people aren't treated differently, because literally so many people have come out saying that they are. And you as an attractive person have never experienced it. So I don't see what the point of just shitting all over us is. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Is it because you still want to feel superior, like you know everything and like you have all the experience and you can teach us your ways or something? It just doesn't make sense to me, I think the best thing that you could possibly do is maybe show a little bit of empathy instead of victim blaming people who have experienced things like this, because it can go a long way and it can show us that you actually do care about people and you're not just here to put people down for not sharing your experiences and for not being exactly like you. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that. Let me think of anything else that I could possibly talk about that I've heard. Maybe, I don't know if there are any more questions that I remember, aside from like really personal ones, and I don't really want to answer those. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's the end of this video. If you have any questions, leave some below, and maybe if I do another Q&A video, then I'll answer them. So that's it for now. Bye guys.